This is how you'll make money in the music industry in 2021. Hey guys, it's Will from EDM Tips, and today I want to give you some tips on how to thrive in the music industry in 2021. A lot of things have shifted, a lot of things have changed, so I'm going to share with you today my top 8 tips for success in the music industry in 2021. You can download my music production success cheat sheet below this video completely free, and then you can just fill it out, stick it on your wall. It's going to help you stay focused on your goals, and it's going to help you gauge your progress. Now, some of my students have already used these techniques this year to get signed to their favorite labels such as Spinnin', Nervous and Armada, so you can use these steps in 2021 for yourself. Okay, let's get to it. So number 1 is be rock solid in your goal, but be flexible in your plan. So if you are committed to making a living from music production, or whatever it is that success would look like to you, have that in your mind as your ultimate goal. But you're going to have to be flexible to get there because the industry is always shifting. You don't know how opportunities are going to show themselves to you, so be open to trying different things. For instance, you might have a goal that you just want to get signed to a particular record label, but competition is fierce. Now, you might have reached out to someone and then they put you in touch with someone else who thinks you're really good at sound design, so suddenly you've got an opportunity to make, say, a sample pack or something like that. Now, these little things that you can't possibly plan can open other doors, and there's no way you can tell how it's going to work as long as you're giving value. So it's a combination of having a solid goal in your mind, but staying flexible to the ways in which you're going to get there. So tip number 2, and this is super important, but it can seem a bit daunting and a bit boring for some people, but you have to learn how the music industry works. If you don't, then you're not going to be able to navigate it properly. If you want to be able to make money, you need to understand different kinds of deals like distribution deals, syncing, mechanical royalties, 360 deals, all of these different things. And a great way to learn is pick up a book called All You Need to Know About the Music Business by Donald Passman. I've put a link below in Amazon, but that's going to give you a really good overview of what you need. Now, at some point, if you do want to be making money from your music, which I assume you do, then you're going to have to get a lawyer involved as well. Again, it seems quite scary, but a lot of lawyers, especially in the music industry, are willing to work with people when they're small for little or no money, if they think they're a good investment, because obviously further down the line as you grow as an artist, then there's going to be money for the lawyer, and it's a kind of symbiotic relationship. But again, I recommend reading that book for everything you need to know. Okay, so those two are kind of mindset and industry. And number 3, let's actually get down to the production. So the biggest thing that worked for me is, and the biggest things that's worked for my students, is actually scheduling in time to produce. Now, this is super important because otherwise, if you're not feeling it, you might put it off. You might decide to go out with your friends. There's a million other things you could do instead of music producing. So scheduling in the time when you're going to produce and treating it as you would a job. So basically getting a really professional attitude towards your production is going to make sure that you keep moving forward, keep growing as an artist, keep improving with each track. And if you can do one thing, just put in like 5 to 10 hours a week in your calendar today and just stick to those times. As I said, just treat them like a job. Number 4 is continue growing and learning. And the way that you do that is by finishing music. So rather than just dabbling, start finishing tracks. You can learn from the tracks, you can learn from free YouTube channels like this, you can learn from premium courses like some of mine. I would say YouTube is great for finding out specific things, but then courses are really good because then you've got like a roadmap of the particular things to learn in order, and it can be a lot quicker. I was mostly self-taught, but it took me a long time to get to the level I am now. So investing in a course, if you've got the money, is a great way to progress much faster. And then you get things like sample packs and stems and exercises that you can do that can help. But regardless of how you do it, the important thing is that you're constantly growing and you're constantly improving and reflecting on your last track to see what you could have done better in your new track. Number 5, okay, so you're gonna have to have some empathy and create value. You think that your music sounds really good, well, you might think that, but not everyone else does. So it's your job to put yourself in other people's shoes and think, what do they want? Because the cold hard truth is, they don't actually care about you, they care about what you can give them. So if your music is really, really good, obviously that's a great thing for them, but you've got to be a bit creative. So harking back to what I said earlier, you might create sample packs, you might start your own YouTube channel like this one, different ways that you can give value to the people who are going to be consuming your music, and also think about the people that you want to connect with in terms of networking. So if there's someone on a label that you'd love to be released on, reach out to them, share their music, tag them on social media, offer to do a free remix for them, whatever it is. Just put yourself in the other person's shoes and think, how can I help that person? It sounds cliche and cheesy, but trust me, that is the way to get ahead in the music industry, and in fact, any industry really. And in fact, that's the way to get ahead in life in general. Ask yourself, what can I do for others? And then at some point it's going to turn around and come back for you, and more opportunities are going to be opening up all the time. So number 6, and this is super important, start building your following as soon as possible. So that could be starting a MailChimp email list, it's free, I'll put a link to it below, setting up a Facebook account or a SoundCloud account, but ultimately try and get them onto your email list, because if SoundCloud was to go out of business, you could lose all of your followers, whereas the email list is yours, and then you can contact your fans when you've got a new release, something like that, or a show coming up, although realistically it's going to be an online live show at the moment because of the current state of the world, but it's still super valuable. That email list is going to be your biggest asset moving forward, so the sooner you start it, the better. If you want to know how to get people onto your email list, you can give them a free gift, something that's going to give them value. This video is a case in point. I'm giving away my free music success guide to you in exchange for an email address, and that's how you can build a relationship. And 7th, if you've done all of the above, you're improving your music theory, you're improving your sound design, you're practicing, you're building your following, you're reaching out, you're making relationships. The last and one of the most important points to succeed in 2021 is to seek feedback from the right places. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you ask your mum if she likes your music, she's probably going to say yes, because she's your mum. If you ask your best mate who only listens to heavy metal if he likes your house music track, the chances are he's going to say no, just because he doesn't like house music. Your track could be great, but not to his ears. So using a service like Submit Hub is a really good way to do it. Going into a Facebook group where there are other people who like and listen to the music that you create is another good place. Or getting a coach or a mentor who's experienced enough that they can give valid feedback and steps as to how you can improve your music as quickly as possible. Of course, you can check out the 8-week masterclass below to find out more about how to get one-on-one tuition and feedback on your music. But if you do all of these things and you do them consistently and persistently and you don't give up, so every single week you're creating music, every single week you're creating value for other people, just keep doing it. Don't give up. If nothing's happening, keep on doing it. Ask for feedback, and remember, be flexible if you need to be, but keep your eye on the prize and you will get there given enough time of following all of these steps that I've shared with you today. And they are the best ways I can give you that will ensure your success in the music industry in 2021. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, give it a big fat thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with your friends who like making music. And until next time, cheers and happy producing.